So here's the garden. It is July the 6th, so we're well past the solstice, and the small amount of things I'm actually growing this year have gone into flower, and all the weeds and things have gone into flower, which is rather nice. Over here, somewhere, look at those little nice purple little things. I've no idea what they are, but they're very nice, aren't they? Over here there's a sage, which I think is an ornamental sage. I've no idea, it just said sage on it. It's been hanging around there for 2 or 3 years now. There's the leek seeds. See this little pointy head on the leek there? Eventually that pointy head peels off and you get purple seeds or white seeds, and they slowly change colour. And eventually, when the stalks are all white and crispy, which they aren't at the moment, but soon will be, I should think, in the sun, maybe in August. By that time, the black seeds are ready. Seems a crazy thing to me to plant seeds, but I've never tried it before. I'm actually going to try germinating some of those seeds in compost, even at this time of year, and see what happens, because I believe this is how we end up with leeks over the winter. This garden isn't terribly good for anything except potatoes, to be honest. We'll have a look at the potatoes. So I've got some of those in this year. But to be honest, things kept failing last year, partly because I hadn't really done enough preparation. This year I've done even less preparation. So here is an absolutely giant, it's about 1 metre square, fertiliser bag that I got from a farm. Kindly gave it to me. And I've filled that up with compost, and I've topped it up 2 or 3 times, so you can roll the sides up of the bag. So if I just get down here, have a look. See, that'll come up that whole height again. And I don't think I'll earth it up that much, but I'm certainly going to put a good couple of 100 litres more compost in there, because well, these potatoes are actually in flower now. There's a lot of time after this where the potatoes continue to grow and get fatter and fatter. And I've poked holes in the bottom of this sack so the roots can get out. Might even find some growing underneath it, but there are some growing underneath it anyway. If I come around to this angle, you can see these are some that seeded themselves from last year, because I thought I'd dug them out, but I hadn't. So that's great, really. Some more free spuds, and there's loads more potatoes in containers there. It's horribly overgrown. I dig this stuff up and give it to the chickens. They seem to like the green stuff, and they love poking insects out from underneath it. There's some more general junk that's gone to seed and not been at all looked after. And there is my tunnel, which is my pride and joy last year. And I have planted, I don't know if you can see at the back, right in the back corner there are some potatoes growing, but that's about it. And behind them, the Jerusalem artichokes. For this year, I'm not planning to grow a hell of a lot, to be honest. I just want to work on the garden, get it a bit better. I'm doing other things which chance to earn me some money sometime, so I've got to focus on those a bit. Here's a tomato plant grown by my stepdaughter, and I put it outside now in this planter. It's got some windmills on that she gave me for it as well, to deter birds and things, and it's doing quite well actually. The slugs haven't been at it or anything. It's going to live in the greenhouse here most of the time. It's such nice weather at the moment, I've let it out. If it rains tonight, I shall bring it in. I'll keep this video short because there's not a lot going on at the moment. There's the the Pheasant Run, and luckily the pheasants have learned to fly. They keep coming back, even more luckily, because I was taking the wire off. You see all the wire down the side there, all battered, to put this new welded mesh on, which squirrels can't get through, and I realised I didn't have enough, so I ordered some more, and I paid extra to have it sent overnight. But TNT, the carrier, unfortunately had been hit by the virus. I think they call it the Petya virus or something like that, and my tracking number says that my wire is in Kazakhstan somewhere, which I sincerely hope it isn't. And the lady is kindly sending me out some more welded mesh wire. This is World of Wire on eBay. Can't recommend her highly enough. She's really looked after me well. and that's on its way, but the pheasant run is knackered. Consider having chickens, right? If you're interested in survival and you're thinking, well, the garden isn't very big, or maybe you haven't got a garden at all, there are ways of keeping chickens, hens, you know. Obviously you have to make a proper special space for them somewhere. They've dug these holes because it's been really hot weather, and they like to have dust baths. See, the leghorn is getting in underneath the water feeder there, and she's having a dust bath, getting the dust right into her feathers, and it kills off all the little mites and things that make them itch. So you do need some earth. The room doesn't have to be as big as this. There are 4 hens in this. I made it big because I think it's best if they can express their natural behaviour and fly around a bit. But maybe you could give a home to an ex-battery hen or something who'd be happy with something much smaller than this. Just to be able to flap their wings is a good thing for them. And it's a great way of getting protein off your garden. I don't mean the meat, because I'm sure nobody would eat a chicken. At least I hope they wouldn't. But they give you an egg every day, and it's really good protein. I went through a real thin time last winter, and there were eggs every day. And so, you know, it wasn't a thin time of tightening my belt. It was just a bit of a worry, but nothing like as bad as it could have been, because I was getting eggs off the garden. Cost me about £5 a month to feed about 8 of them. I was feeding at one point for about £5 a month. And that's probably about $5 at the moment, actually, because the value of the pound is gone down at the moment. Okay, well, an update when there's something to update with.